Good evening, everyone. I want to share a few visions I've had over the last few days. The first vision was about the wealth transfer, actually, two visions about that, and then about Golgotha and what seemed to be like contaminated medicine. So the first vision was of a rock face. I just saw a rock face that came in front of me, and it felt like these places where people build things into the rock, but I couldn't see the details. And the more that vision just kept being in front of me, I was asking, okay, what is this about? And the first thing I heard was detestable things like going on in this area, and it felt like things that have happened in the present or were still happening, and things that have happened in the past. Um, and then the next, I was just asking, and it said place of a skull, which I forgot that that was Golgotha until I looked it up later. Um, but I knew that Jesus had died there. And then I heard God sort of explain that, like Adam, either he's here, like in the same place, like it felt like that. I don't know if it's literal or figurative at this point. I don't know. And then also heard the blood of Abel. So I was looking this up later because I've never seen the place of the skull, like the actual physical location. Never looked it up, nor have I been there. So when I looked it up, it was exactly what I saw in my vision, like 100% exact. And I was like, wow. So that was really neat. But then I don't know if it's literal or figurative what I was reading about, but or hearing about in the vision. But then I started reading about it, and I found out that there's a lot of death that's happened in that location. So that would sort of explain the detestable things. And there's early Christian writings where they did believe there's a connection between both Adam, whether it's his body there or his skull or bones or something, and also the blood of Abel. And whether again that's literal or figurative, 100% I can't say for sure. But I felt that there was definitely a connection to that, and we know that Adam was the first to have sinned, and Jesus was the the propitiation for that, the sacrifice for that to redeem the first man per se. I guess it was Adam and Eve, but then also Abel being the first, like Jesus, to die, a righteous man to have died. Of course, he wasn't Jesus; it wasn't perfect, but so there's a connection there from the some um, you know biblical perspective. Anyway, that's all I had to share on that. And then the next vision was um, it wasn't so much a vision as I just heard, and it was right after this one was, and now I can't remember the exact words. I'd written them down and I can't find them now, but it was like bull start trader, start trading. And at first I thought this was like meaning that I should look up something like look it up. So I tried to find like if there's a website called bull bull trader start or something like this, and I couldn't find a thing, any combination of what I'd heard. And then after I think I fell asleep again. And when I woke up, I had this like feeling that that was actually meaning that there's a bull market that's going to start and I should start trading. And it felt like that's something that should be happening very soon. Um, and then 2 or 3 days prior to that, I'd seen something connected to this bull market. And that was a vision of a vacuum like cleaner piece. And I had this understanding that we should vacuum up things at low prices. And this, when you combine this with the fact that we've heard in the past, I've heard in the past, like about the prices dropping by that 30% market, we're getting close to where that is. So maybe this is all connected in that. Again, I'm not a financial advisor, and I'm trying to be that. Just sharing the visions that God has given me and trying to understand them myself. And then this morning, as I was praying this morning, I had a vision of a bunch of vials of medicine. And the sense was that there was contamination in the vials. I don't know if that was felt like it could have been a vaccine or just some sort of, it was a medicine for sure. And there was like tons of shelving of these vials. And I kept seeing them. Like it wasn't just like I saw it once. I kept seeing these vials. So I don't know. I'll have to keep praying about that and see what more God shares about what that was talking about. So that was all I had to share for today. And take care. I hope that's blessed you, and we'll see you soon.